To access all full body language videos, breakdowns and analysis, alongside the game that I can't feature here on YouTube, check out the Patreon, the link is in the description. Thanks.
Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, relationships, game, everything in between, alright? Continuing on with this shocking video entitled Blind Dating a Famous Comedian. Alright, let's go from this adventurous quote and response, yeah? If you're just joining me now, you're going to learn a lot, but I would recommend you start at the start of this playlist. Link is going to be down in the comment section.
White man, I've never had one, but like...
She says this.
No, go ahead.
Something about white
Something about white men.
man, I've never had one, but like...
I've never had one.
Had one.
You've never had...
Had one's crazy.
And he says, never had one's crazy. Look at the expression on his face. Starting to get a little bit angry. This isn't the first time she's spoken about his skin colour like it makes a difference. Clearly it does to her, to the degree where she needs to bring it up 24 hours a day. This is her way of catching attention by being aggressive, by being this overt, powerful pinnacle of strength, which she believes she has to be to find a man, and that is why she is single on a blind dating a famous comedian video on YouTube, right? He is quite simply matching her energy, right? This is a engineering term. Garbage in, garbage out. If you feed me with shit, what you're gonna get in return is shit, alright? If you feed me with this lower denominator frequency of this just toxicity, what you're gonna get in return is this, and then you're gonna point the finger at me and call me the bad one after I react in response to that. With that being said, if a woman like this approaches you and engages with you, first and foremost, she's engaging with you. Second, she's asking for your attention by being so overt and crass. And third, if you set strong boundaries and put her in her place, unlike any other man will do, because most men won't read the signs and will take it as just like straight up an attack on them, like violence on them, as opposed to her way of engaging and garnering your attention and testing you to see what side of the field you stand on. Just give her what she wants, put her in a box and say, don't ever speak to me like that again. And she'll be like, oh, no man has ever responded to me in such manner before. That's exactly what I needed. She needs direction, my brother. Let's go.
Okay, tried. Sorry, my grammar is not all the way there, but...
We know. Swipe left.
My grammar's not all the way there, she says, exposing her palms, exposing her wrists. If anything, when he's questioned that and said, that's crazy, you're talking too fruity here, she actually simmers down and her voice lowers to a more feminine state. Pay attention. She's less bold, she's less aggro, she's less direct. Look, because she sees in him the anger she has provoked. Look.
Okay, tried. Sorry, my grammar is not...
And she says sorry like she's ditzy and doesn't know what she's doing, right? It starts playing the whole... Continuing on with this racial element of my grammar and so forth. My language. Me no speak English, you know? Look.
all the way there, but...
Not all the way there, but she's speaking more normal now. She exposes the hand. She exposes the wrist.
We know. Swipe left. Get her out.
There's truth in a joke. There's truth in a joke. There's truth in a joke. Would he say swipe left, get her out to somebody he thought was valuable, right? Maybe in a jokey fashion, but given the context of their communication, it means something different here, okay? So, girls swiping. Let's see what a go on here, yeah?
You guys have met Trevor. Trevor, you met the ladies. Before we start his swiping round, you guys have a chance to swipe left on him.
You have a chance to swipe on him, right? We see elevation of the hands onto the midriff in the girl in pink, territorially, powerfully expanding oneself. As I've said once, I'll say it again, creating weapons with the elbows here, but then again, garnering attention by being the biggest in the room. Look at me, you can't miss me, okay? Up for interpretation, creating arrows down to the groin, okay? Pay attention.
Who wants to swipe left on Trevor? On the count.
Who wants to swipe left on Trevor now? The frame rate might not showcase this, but there is the ever so slightly minute micro expression I saw in the blonde girl in the pink, giving a head shake left to right. Pay attention. Let me just make sure I saw that.
Left on Trevor. On the count of 3, raise your hand if you do.
It's meaning self-eliminate.
3.
Okay, this means self-eliminating. Who's going to self-eliminate, do you think? Let's pay attention. Let's have a look at how they're standing here. So I'm not going to tell you who's going to say what, because although I read body language, I'm not going to be as bold to try and read the future here, but I'm going to tell you what's going on here. So a bold declaration is going to be made by the black girl at the front as she looks dead on to the camera. Head tipped down, slight exposure to the neck here. Defensive positioning in the goth girl with the crossed arms. There's a repulsion from the girl in the green trousers up front as she stands in a defensive manner, swaying to one side, but that sway also hyper accentuates her hip to waist ratio, okay? And if you want to know what the optimal hip to waist ratio is, it's 70%, all right? 70% the waist in relation to the hips, okay? That is a scientific, you know, example of a proportion a man will find attractive in a woman, and it doesn't necessarily mean she has to be skinny either. Like, girls who are a little bit fluffy, as long as that ratio holds up, men deem them appropriate breeding stock, for lack of better terms, because it showcases fertility, right? Let's keep going.
2, 1.
Not a single soul has left. Okay, this girl, the small girl at the front, looks over to the girl on the left-hand side. It's not the first time she's done that. She's creating some degree of engagement with her. There's a look of joy, girl on the complete left-hand side. Okay, we're 5 minutes in. Pay attention. It's not necessarily the fact that this guy is like the best guy on planet Earth. You have to also take into consideration, given the nature of these women, they are on a YouTube channel with 2.82 million subscribers, and they may want a little bit more airtime. Okay, let's keep going.
All right, Trevor.
So also pay attention, we're climbing a yes ladder now. These girls have openly accepted the fact and promoted the fact that they deem this guy worthy of staying around. At this point, the ball is in his court, okay? At this point, they're going to have to start winding their necks in and being so, like, you know, so conflicting, purely down to the fact, hey, you said I was good enough, you stayed around. Do you know what I mean? You're the problem now if you try and push me in any sort of way because you stayed around. Help!
Yeah, let's not get crazy. I thought you'd be taller. How tall are you?
She says, I thought you'd be taller. Okay. Because she's a taller woman. And then she asks, how tall are you? Now, this is a bold one, right? Because most men will lie here. And that woman knows what her height is, so she can do the math. She's not stupid, right? So when a woman who is 5'10" asks you who is 5'11" or 5'10" yourself, how tall are you? And you, like most 5'10" men, say 6 foot. She's gonna think, all right, whatever. Don't tell me that ain't a thing, people. Come on. Right.
Let's not get crazy. I thought
And it's also a shit test, of course. How tall are you? Right?
you'd be taller. How tall are you?
6'5".
Oh, perfect.
Now it's time for the first round, which is
6'5", he says. What? 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 He says 6'5". So does that mean this woman in front of him is... What? No, I'm going to Google this. Because he said 6'5", yeah? 6'5". And this woman there standing before him must be 6'5" as well. Shut the fuck up! No, I'm pausing this. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Alright. Go on Google, and I'm not saying Google is right, but go and search how tall is Trevor Wallace. 1.78 meters. 1.7... Bro, let's go back to what he just said. What?
All right, Trevor.
You're too confident now. Yeah, let's not get crazy. I thought you'd be taller. How tall are you?
6'5".
I need to go get some fresh air.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, perfect.
Time for the first.
Yeah, let's not get.
How can you say that confidently? I swear there was reference of his height earlier as well. I swear he referenced he was 6 foot something. No, that wasn't even a joke.
Crazy. I thought you'd be taller. How tall?
Because she says, I thought you'd be taller. Because she's probably seen the same information I did prior.
How tall are you?
6'5".
6'5".
Oh, perfect.
And the girl in disbelief responds 6'5".
All right, Trevor.
Look, the girl mouths it and questions it in the front.
Yeah, let's not get crazy. I thought you'd be taller.
I mean, the guy is taller than her. So from her perspective, she might believe that. You know, some people just take things out at face value and just says, okay, whatever. Every man on planet Earth has told me he's over 6 foot, so he might as well be 6'5".
How tall are you?
6'5".
Oh,
No! I can't respect that! I can't respect... That is so insecure! Men, if you're 5'7", yeah? If you're 5'6", 5'5", yeah? Fucking be honest. If you can't be honest about what you are when it's staring me in the face... Look at her face, she says it's 6'5"?
perfect.
Right.
Now it's time for the
So it's a 6'5" man and a 6'5" woman. All right, or a 6'4" woman swiping with each other now. All right.
first round, which is the swiping round. He's either.
Oh my flipping days. Oh my flipping days. I'm ending this one on that. I'm ending this one at that. What more needs to be said? Well, you know what? We'll look at the queue. We'll observe the queue here, and we'll continue moving.
Taller. How tall are you?
6'5".
Oh, perfect.
Now it's time for the first round.
Right. Okay, cool. So the women are all lined up together. This is a behaviour we've seen on a couple of times. The girl in the green trousers is covering the mouth, concealing what she wants to say, if not what she's hearing. Okay, she's covering up her mouth. Girl behind her in the purple has got one arm behind herself. Maybe she's just scratching herself. Who knows? There's a closeness here, which isn't a bad thing. It establishes a bond between the girls with them being so close together. Okay. Tattooed girl is the only one paying attention to the production team here. She's paying attention to the production team because her foot showcases that, all right? Her foot is pointing towards us, all right? I.e. the person behind the video camera. That's where her thoughts are at this moment in time, all right? The girl who is now speaking to Trevor is slouching, so she's applying a little bit of pressure on her foot at a angle to not stand as tall as him. Otherwise, she might be deemed a little intimidating. She might be deemed masculine, and she wants to be seen as feminine, all right? Because obviously she's 6'5", right? So she doesn't want to be seen as a 6'5" woman, because how many of them do you see in your day in, day out, right? I bet you might have never ever seen one in your entire life. That's how rare she is at 6'5". Okay, even with her flats on, she's not even wearing heels. Imagine while she was wearing heels. So she slants, looks easy. Behind her we got the ginger girl who is standing upright, presenting herself. Exposure of the breastises here, which as we've spoken earlier in this video, the cleavage of the breast represents the behind. Whether you are aware of that or not, you're probably not aware of that, but that's the reason why there's such an abundance of fat tissue in the chest. Serves no purpose to be there aside from sexual signaling, and that's arguably an evolutionary trait that the woman developed when she started to walk upright. Okay, cool. I'll see you in the next video, yeah?
To access all full body language videos, breakdowns and analysis, alongside the game that I can't feature here on YouTube, check out the Patreon. The link is in the description. Thanks.